Alex and Novi had been in love for 3 years. They shared many beautiful memories and dreamed of building a future together. Although Alex worked hard every day, he earned very little money. He lived a simple life, but he believed that love, honesty, and determination were enough to create a happy future. One peaceful evening, Alex invited Novi to meet him at their favorite park. As he stood beside a wooden bench, he looked at his phone again and again. He was nervous but hopeful because he wanted to talk about their future together. A few minutes later, Novi arrived. Alex smiled warmly as she walked toward him. They sat together and talked quietly for a while. Then Alex took a deep breath and shared his dream. He told Novi that he wanted to spend the rest of his life with her. He promised that he would work harder every single day to give her a better life. But instead of smiling, Novi became serious. She admitted that she was tired of living with uncertainty. She wanted a comfortable life, a beautiful house, and financial security. She no longer believed that love alone was enough. Alex tried to convince her not to give up on their relationship. He promised that success would come one day if they stayed together and believed in each other. But Novi had already made her decision. With sadness in her eyes, she told Alex that she was leaving him. Then she turned around and slowly walked away without looking back. Alex remained standing in the middle of the park, completely heartbroken. Watching the person he loved disappear into the distance was one of the most painful moments of his life. That night, Alex cried alone. However, through his tears, he made an important promise to himself. He decided that he would never allow this painful experience to destroy his future. Instead, he would use it as motivation to work harder than ever before. The next morning, Alex woke up before sunrise. He looked at himself in the mirror and quietly promised that one day his life would be different. From that moment on, he refused to give up, and a brand new journey began. 1 year passed, and Alex's life began to change in ways he had never imagined. After Novi left him, Alex refused to let heartbreak control his future. Instead of giving up, he worked harder than ever before. During the day, he worked long hours at his regular job. At night, he studied business, learned new skills online, and saved every dollar he could. Many people laughed at him. Some said he was wasting his time, while others believed he would never become successful. But Alex ignored the criticism. Every challenge made him stronger, and every failure taught him an important lesson. After months of hard work, Alex finally started a small online business. At first, nothing went as planned. Some days he didn't make a single sale. There were moments when he wanted to quit, but he always remembered the promise he had made to himself in the park. Instead of giving up, Alex continued learning and improving his business. Slowly, more customers began to trust him. His products became popular, and his company started growing faster than he had ever expected. By the end of the year, Alex's life had completely changed. His small business had become a successful company. He moved into a beautiful house, bought his dream car, and hired several employees. Even though he had become successful, he remained humble, kind, and respectful to everyone around him. While Alex was building a better future, Novi's life was moving in the opposite direction. The man she had chosen because of his money cared very little about her. He was always busy with work and rarely spent time with her. Expensive gifts and luxury could not replace love, respect, or kindness. One evening, Novi sat alone in her room. As she looked through an old photo album, she found a picture of herself and Alex smiling together in the park. She held the photo tightly, and tears filled her eyes. For the first time, she truly understood what she had lost. She realized that Alex had never been poor in the ways that mattered most. He had been rich in love, loyalty, honesty, and determination. At that moment, Novi whispered softly to herself, "I didn't lose a poor man, I lost a good man." Little did she know that fate was about to bring them together once again. One afternoon, Alex was invited to a business conference at one of the finest hotels in the city. It was a special event where successful entrepreneurs gathered to share ideas and celebrate their achievements. As Alex walked into the conference hall, many people greeted him with smiles and handshakes. They admired his success and respected the hard work that had brought him there. While talking with several business partners, Alex suddenly noticed a familiar face across the room. It was Novi. For a moment, time seemed to stop. Novi looked at Alex in complete surprise. She could hardly believe the confident and successful man standing before her was the same person she had left just 1 year earlier. Taking a deep breath, she slowly walked toward him. Alex greeted her politely with a calm smile. There was no anger in his eyes, only peace. After exchanging a few words, Novi asked if they could talk somewhere private. Alex agreed. Together, they walked into the beautiful hotel garden. The evening was peaceful, and the sound of the fountain filled the silence between them. For a few moments, neither of them spoke. Finally, Novi broke the silence. With tears in her eyes, she admitted that leaving Alex had been the biggest mistake of her life. She explained that she had believed money would bring happiness. Instead, she discovered that a comfortable life meant very little without love, respect, and kindness. As she spoke, tears rolled down her cheeks. Alex listened quietly without interrupting. He remembered the pain he had felt the day she walked away, but he also remembered how that painful moment had motivated him to build a better future. When Novi finished speaking, she looked into Alex's eyes and asked one simple question. "Can you forgive me?" Alex smiled gently. He told her that he had already forgiven her a long time ago. He explained that carrying anger would only keep him trapped in the past. Forgiveness had allowed him to move forward and become the person he was today. Hearing those words brought tears of relief to Novi's eyes. For the first time in many months, she felt a small sense of peace. But deep inside, she still hoped there might be another chance for them. She gathered her courage, knowing the next question would be the most difficult one she had ever asked. The quiet garden outside the hotel became even more peaceful as the sun slowly disappeared below the horizon. Novi looked at Alex with hope still shining in her eyes. Although he had forgiven her, she wondered if there was still a place for her in his life. Taking a deep breath, she finally asked the question that had been in her heart. She asked Alex if they could start over and build a new future together. For a few seconds, Alex remained silent. He looked at the sky and remembered everything he had experienced during the past year. He remembered the sleepless nights, the long hours of work, the failures, the loneliness, and the determination that had changed his life forever. Then he looked back at Novi. With a gentle smile, he thanked her for being honest and for apologizing. He told her that forgiveness and trust were not the same thing. Although he had forgiven her completely, his heart had already moved forward. He explained that some chapters in life must remain in the past so that new chapters can begin. Novi slowly lowered her head. Deep inside, she already knew what his answer would be. At that moment, Alex's phone began to ring. He answered politely and smiled. It was one of his business partners reminding him that everyone inside the conference hall was waiting for him. After ending the call, Alex looked at Novi one last time. He wished her a happy future and hoped she would find someone who truly appreciated her. Novi smiled through her tears. She thanked Alex for forgiving her and for teaching her one of the greatest lessons of her life. The two of them shook hands one final time, without anger, without regret, only with respect. Alex turned around and walked toward the hotel entrance. This time, he never looked back. Novi stood quietly, watching him disappear into the crowd. For the first time, she realized that success was not measured by money alone. True success was finding someone who stayed beside you during your hardest moments. As Alex walked toward his future, he felt peace in his heart. As Novi walked away, she carried a lesson she would never forget. Sometimes, the greatest loss is not losing someone you love, but realizing too late how valuable they truly were.